Yankees Red Sox on NESN is brought to you by Amtrak. Enjoy comfortable and convenient travel from Boston and save up to 25% when you book 14 days in advance. And on a Sunday afternoon at Fenway, the Sox and Yankees wrap up their latest series. Another one coming up in 2 weeks, but the winner of this one takes the series. The Sox come into the day with a 4-game lead over New York with 40 games to play. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. Hope you enjoyed the ceremony celebrating 30 years of Jerry Remy on NESN. And one of the fill-in guys, the guy today that we're delighted to have with us, Jared Saltalamacchia, the former Red Sox world champion catcher. In the interest of time, it'll be salty for the rest of the day, if you don't mind.
That's fine with me.
Great to have you with us.
I'm excited to be here, and I'm honored to fill in for Remy. I mean, this is definitely a different view for me, but I'm very excited and, like I said, honored to fill in.
Yeah, you're used to that view from behind the plate.
Not this high, though.
Not this high, but salty with us throughout the day. And the Rem Dog will be joining us as well early in the broadcast of the Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Quite a ceremony on the field. Very emotional for quite a few of us. Rick Porcello on the bump here today. First pitch just around the corner as we finish up the series before the Red Sox take to the road in a big 4-game series in Cleveland. And the Rem Dog joins us in just a little bit. Here's a look at the Yankee lineup. Now it's brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Brett Gardner will lead it off. Aaron Hicks is in center. Aaron Judge in right. Gregorius the shortstop. Sanchez does the catching for the second day in a row. Headley is at first. Frazier at third. Austin the DH. And Torreyes at second base. Facing the Red Sox starter, presented by New England Audi dealers, Rick Porcello, 7-14, a 4.59 ERA. Got the win and some runs in his last start, 10-4 over St. Louis. And the first one on the way from Rick is downstairs, ball one, and we are underway. Gardner at 253, 19 homers, and he's driven in 51 runs. And a 1-0 is up and away, and it strikes me, Salty, you've faced both of the guys who are pitching today.
Yes, I've faced them both. Last year I faced the Cy Young pitcher. I can at least say that when he got me out, he won the Cy Young, so the best got me out.
So you feel better about that.
I feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah, you're doing 0 for 3, but hey, he won the Cy. Moreland off the bag. Porcello gets there in time. Well timed for the out, even though a dive by Gardner. He comes up short. One man gone.
It's junior announcer day, so here's Levi from Northampton, Mass. with the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
Thanks, Mr. Saltalamacchia. Here's today's Red Sox defense. Rafael Devers is at third, Sander Bogarts at shortstop, Brock Holt at second, and at first is Mitch Moreland. Andrew Benintendi is in left field, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts is in right, and Sandy Leone is doing the catching for Rick Porcello.
Levi did exactly what I did when I used to pronounce your name. I paced myself all through it. You know, hit all those syllables.
Well, I had to learn a song in order to kind of spell my name. So, but that was a great play by Porcello. I don't know, going back to that, to him knowing the fast runners up at the plate, being able to get off the mound that quickly and get over there. It's great. Hope kids are watching.
Are they showing some athleticism of his own there?
Well, you know, pitchers think they're athletes. And every once in a while, you got to let them know that they may not be always.
Moreland getting off the bag quickly and a nice lead.
Get his legs loose early in the game.
Yeah. One down for Hicks. 270 with 12 home runs. He just did something that I find fascinating. The pitch, it was a curveball that almost hit him. And you made an audible sound. You're like, ooh.
Ooh.
Did you do that when you were behind the plate?
Yeah, you know, my focus behind the plate, honestly, when a ball like that with a 1-0 count, 2-0 count, if it wasn't a 2-strike count situation, I tried to block the ball so it wouldn't hit the umpire. Because ultimately you want to protect that guy because you're hoping later in the game he gives you that ball a little bit off the plate that can help you get the win.
All umpires?
Yeah, all umpires. They're all equal. They're all human. So you know, I try and protect as much as possible.
There may be days where you didn't think, you know, quite so much that was the case, but
there's definitely some days. But you know, like I said, this is not an easy sport. It's not an easy game, and they have a tough job as well.
2-2 swung on and missed. And another big breaking ball to strike out Hicks, and there are two gone. Well, where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compar2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. A nice big breaking ball, and would have been a strike anyway.
Would have been a strike anyways. He took enough off of it. You can tell he was a little bit out in front, wasn't expecting it. You know.
His Judge with a high fly ball to center field. Backing up though, Jackie Bradley to the track. And a very quick start for Rick Porcello. He gets him 1, 2, 3. Sox coming up here in the first inning against the Yankees.
No. Hey, what is that thing? This? Oh, it's just searching hundreds of haircuts so that I can find the best option. No.
Oh, kind of like how Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites for flights, hotels, and rental cars so you can find the best option?
Yeah, exactly like Kayak. Huh?
Oh, you look great.
Yeah, I knew it.
Compare hundreds of travel sites at once. Kayak. Search one and done.
So I'm just not sure what to do.
Lucifer.
Hmm?
What a great show. Have you seen it?
No.
You should watch Vikings.
Okay.
Great. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
You need to watch that show, Suits. Suits?
Watch Stranger Things. Next.
Watch Hannibal. It's my favorite.
Enjoy.
Find Cake Wars.
Watch what you want on the Fire TV stick now with Alexa voice remote.
This top-tier gas at Arco is great. It helps protect our engine, and it costs less. So we are going camping this weekend. Help! I caught a marlin. Wow. I'm stuck. Hot, 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 hot. I think I swallowed a bug.
Go with value. Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Cool cats and fly guys love the show because when they win, they look good. All new player celebrations. Road to the show. Everybody loves the show.
Here's Magnolia from Northampton, Mass. with the Red Sox lineup, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
Thanks, Mr. O'Brien. Here's today's Red Sox lineup. Leading off at second base, Brock Holt. In right field, Mookie Betts. In left, Andrew Benintendi. The DH, Hanley Ramirez. At third base, Rafael Devers. The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. At first base, Mitch Moreland. The catcher, Sandy Leone. In center field, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Beautiful name too, Magnolia. Thank you very much. Red Sox are facing the right-hander Sonny Gray, 7-7, a 3.37 ERA. And Salty, when you faced him, What were you looking for?
I'd say I always try and look at the pitcher's strengths. And Sonny Gray's obviously got a really good fastball, real hard slider that's real sharp. So, you know, my idea was to try and get a fastball up over the plate and try and get something early that I could not try and do too much with, but get on base somehow with my speed, obviously.
With your blinding speed?
Blinding speed. Didn't even know I was moving.
Brock Holt takes a strike, 192, no homers, 3 runs batted in, caught stealing in the 9th inning last night. A lot of people were talking about that later. Sanchez actually made an outstanding throw, and he's back behind the plate here this afternoon.
That was a great throw. That's something he's definitely mastered at a young age. That's a tough thing to do. A guy that size to be able to stay low and quick. He's throwing it from his knees on a line, probably harder than the pitcher's throwing it to him at times.
Gray making his 4th start with the Yankees since the trade from Oakland. He's gone 1 and 2 so far for New York.
Glad to see Brock Holt back in there again. I know he's had a rough year and dealing with some injuries, so I'm glad to see him.
You know, fighting his way through that vertigo, which can be so nasty, and it's ended careers.
Yes, it has.
So tough to diagnose, you know, where it comes from, how it happens. Of course, he has had a couple of concussions too. Here comes the 2-1. And that's a strike.
Good pitch on the corner. Seems like he's staying away from him.
Gray faced the Red Sox earlier this season in Oakland on May 18th. He got the win. Solid outing. 6 innings, 3 earned, 4 hits. He struck out 8. And his 2-2 to Brock. In play. Frazier on the move to get him, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, the Yankees defense, third base, Frazier. We got Didi Gregorius at shortstop, Torreyes second base, and Headley at first. Got Gardner with his gold glove out there in left. You got Hicks with a great arm in center, and Judge in right field. Gray on the mound, obviously, and Sanchez a quick turnaround, day game after a night game.
We'll send a Mookie Betts, 267 with 18 homers for Mookie. 1 gone for the Red Sox. You talk about the quick turnaround. You know, you go from a night game to a day game, so your preparation time is very limited, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you can't forget much because it was about 8 hours ago these guys were at the park and heading back to the hotel. But it is definitely a quick turnaround. Young player like himself, I'm sure his body kind of recovers a little quicker than some of us older guys. But I enjoyed catching day games after a night game. It almost helped me relax a little bit. I wasn't trying to do too much. I felt like the weaker I felt, the better I played. I didn't try and do too much.
No kidding.
I might be the only one that thinks that way, but
got to make sure you hydrate.
You definitely hydrate, and we had some great trainers in the clubhouse that was able to give us some IVs if we needed it as well.
1-1 on the way. And how often did that happen where you went to an IV? You actually got hooked up.
You know what? I actually started getting pretty religious with it. I would do it, you know, at least every series. It started when I was in Texas playing. I mean, it's 136 degrees on the field.
Oh yeah.
Those day games. I remember when I got called up with the Red Sox, my first game. It was 127 on the field, I believe. It was probably one of the hottest days I've ever been a part of, and it's like, hey, welcome to the Red Sox.
127.
And I think, yeah, Dice K was on the mound as well. I mean, we know how fast he liked to work. And
right. All those 3-2 counts.
Yes, definitely.
He liked the 3-2, which we found out later is like the moment of honor in Japan for the pitcher and the batter. 3-2 is not only common, it happens every single time.
Really?
1-2 downstairs. And he lived up to that.
He definitely did. He never gave in, though. I tell you what, I enjoyed playing with him. You know, he came to the ballpark prepared. He was smiling even on his start days. You know, he worked hard, and it was a joy.
2-2 on Mookie Betts with Benintendi on deck. No score here in the first inning. And fouled away. How about a potential problem with language? I mean, you're talking about Daisuke and, you know, catching his starts. How tough was that language barrier?
You know, he actually spoke pretty well pretty good English. You know, he was able to understand what I was saying, and I learned a few words that I've forgotten by now. But he understood what we were trying to do and our approach, and if you needed, you had the translator there as well.
2-2 to Mookie. And that just missed. Good take there for ball 3. You know, when Daisuke was with the Red Sox, he very rarely spoke English outside of the clubhouse. Every once in a while, a couple of phrases. But it's interesting that a lot of Japanese pitchers will come to play in the United States and actually speak English pretty well.
Yes.
You know, Ichiro was one of those guys.
Ichiro played with him as well, and he spoke it really, really well.
The 3-2. Line shot, and they're playing him up the middle, and Torreyes grabs that and throws out Betts. 2 up and 2 down. Here are the umpires now. They're brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Lance Barksdale has the plate. Shane Liversparger is the umpire at second base. Iasaga at second base, and Trip Gibson makes the calls at third. And here comes Benintendi.
Another thing that makes Sonny so successful and so tough to hit is if you watch his delivery, he's real slow, he's real deliberate, and then all of a sudden it just kind of pops out at you. And as a hitter, it can kind of dull you to sleep, and then all of a sudden this hard fastball comes, you know, flying at you, and it can mess your timing up a little bit.
Benintendi snapped a career-long 11-game hitting streak last night, going 0 for 4. He batted .421 during the life of the streak. Jared Saltalamacchia, Salty, with us today. Jerry Remy will be joining us in just a little bit. Remdog has a press conference. The assembled media interviewing Jerry after the pregame ceremony celebrating 30 years. The one thing he was really looking forward to, I know, was to congratulate and thank all of the people he has worked with, the guys behind the scenes, the men and women behind the scenes in our trucks, and our tremendous camera people, and our marvelous director Mike Narachi, and some of these folks you never get a chance to see, who are brilliant at what they do. And it's just like Jerry to make sure that he mentioned all of them. The 2-1 and a liner for a base hit to left field. He goes the other way. So Benintendi starting a new hitting streak today. Takes a big turn, but back to first.
That's a great piece of hitting. You know, you're ahead in the count, you're looking for something to drive, and you get a fastball away and you just shoot it the other way. Wish I could have done more of that.
I think we're going to be seeing this for a long time.
Oh yeah.
That beautiful swing.
All these young players, they look so comfortable up there, and you know, I know how nerve-wracking it was when you first come up, and especially in this atmosphere, and these guys make it look so easy.
Hanley, the DH today, 248 with 18 home runs. Talking about feeling comfortable. That young man on deck.
Oh,
Rafael Devers. And it's just not supposed to be that way. You're supposed to show a little bit of nerves and anxiety. I mean, just a little.
You would think. I had a chance to talk with him, and he's not a man of many words, which is exactly how he plays. He just goes out there and does his business. He's not worried about any kind of personal goals. Last night they were asking him about his home run, and he went straight to the team. Fought back as hard as we could. We couldn't win it, but you know, we fought as a team, and that's what I'm happy to see.
Benintendi on with 2 down, and the fastball in there for a strike. Jerry will be with us the next half inning here at Fenway. So great to see him back, and I'm going to tell you this: it was emotional for all of us in the Nesson family to see him back on the diamond.
I'm definitely excited to see him. It's been about a year or two.
2 balls and 1 strike. Red Sox with a 4-game lead over these Yankees. This has certainly become a 2-horse race in the AL East. There was a lot of predictions as the season got underway that, you know, Baltimore would be in there, Toronto, maybe Tampa Bay, and the Rays hung in there for a while, but now the gap has opened up.
It is, but that wild card race is still wide open as well.
Oh, it sure is.
And with the 2 wild card system,
Fly ball into right field. Judge under this one. And that will retire the side. The Rem Dog is back when we return to Fenway Park. He loves that TV. That big screen made his day. No score after one.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
Je sens ce que the rock nous mijote.
Man, everything does sound better in French. Give me some, chef.
Kayak can't search hundreds of haircuts to find the best one.
No.
But it can search hundreds of travel sites to find the best flight, hotel, or rental car.
Huh?
Oh, you look great.
Yeah, I knew it.
Compare hundreds of travel sites at once. Kayak. Search one and done.
This top-tier gas at Arco is great. It helps protect our engine, and it costs less. So we are going camping this weekend. Help! I caught a marlin! Wow. I'm stuck. Hot, 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 hot. I think I swallowed a bug.
Go with value. Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Cool cats and fly guys love the show because when they win, they look good. All new player celebrations. Road to the show. Everybody loves the show.
PlayStation.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. When I call USA, that's where I felt relief.
The experience was very focused on family. We're the Rivera family, and we will be with USAA for life.
It's presented by Foxwoods Resort Casino, the official resort casino of the Boston Red Sox, and by Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. I can't tell you how happy we are to have the Rem Dog back in the booth, back at Fenway Park, where he belongs. First of all, congratulations on your day. Wonderful job there with the ceremony. And terrific job collecting that big screen.
My wife was digging in her heels. She wouldn't let me get one. That's why.
that was terrific stuff.
We got a wedding coming up in November, so she's counting every penny. So I couldn't get my big screen. Now I got it.
Now you got it.
So I'm all set for the World Series, and I'm all set for the Patriot season.
Little end run there.
Yeah.
Very well done. That's right. Your daughter's getting married as well. So this is a fascinating year for you, and the outpouring of support for you has just been incredible, with all of the letters and the cards and the well wishes. And I know you can't answer all of them, but can you talk for a moment, because everyone wants to hear this, about how you feel and what is the next step for you in your battle against cancer?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good right now. You know, I had surgery at the end of June, and that kind of put me on the table for, I would say, well, a good 7 weeks, you know, before I started to feel pretty good again. And the next step for me is Tuesday. We begin chemotherapy at Mass General. And that's the next step. It'll be 4 cycles of chemotherapy once every 3 weeks. And, you know, hopefully, well, not hopefully, I'm confident that that's going to do the job. And, you know, I was so happy to have my doctors on the field. They're the people that really have been taking care of me for the last 8 or 9 years. So, you know, I'm in the best hands in the world, so I've got to have total confidence.
Fouled away here by Gregorius. You've never done this before, the chemotherapy.
No, I've had surgery once, 2 times radiation, then surgery this last time, and now the chemotherapy for the first time. But you know, many people have been through it. You guys went through the Jimmy Fund thing this week. You saw some incredible stories.
Right.
I want to be one of those incredible stories.
And you will be. And I know fans are so looking forward to you coming back to work, but the first thing, and you and I have talked about it several times, it's about your health.
Yeah.
And getting back to feeling great again in order to be able to do the job you love so much.
You're exactly right. And, you know, it's unfair to the company for me to go through chemotherapy and say, Oh, I feel pretty good today, so I'm going to come into work today. It's not right. And, they've got to make a schedule. So the best thing to do, we all agreed, was take the remainder of the season off and come back next year healthy, be here for opening day. And as I said on the field, hopefully see another banner raising. You've been watching it. It's been incredible the way they've been playing, and a lot of these late inning wins, and it's been great.
These come from behind victories, and when you do it against the Yankees, it's really sweet. But they've been doing it against so many people, and 9 walk-off wins already. And it feels like a regular thing, like you're going to see a couple of them every week. I thought for sure last night it was going to happen again. Fell a little bit short last night. And this kid, Devers, and I know you've already fallen in love with him, but when you get a chance to see him swing the bat every day, as a fellow left-hander, I mean, he should be nervous, Jerry. He should be anxious. Not a sign of that. Yeah,
it's Dave, as I was telling the reporters outside, it's incredible, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but since I've had surgery, I've not seen a pitch in a game, and the reason for that is when I'm not working, I just feel absolutely guilty that I'm not working, and it's hard for me to sit there and watch the game. So I kind of follow it on the phone. I kind of follow the score, what's going on. I see they're down, then they come back and they win the game, and I read about Devers, and so I like I said, I don't want people to take it the wrong way, like I've lost interest in the club. I have not.
Oh, I know.
It's just hard for me to sit back when I'm supposed to be working, not working.
Yeah. And I know how closely you still follow the team. On a high, deep drive into left center. Benintendi back, so is Bradley, and that's going to catch some tin and into second base Headley, as he'll slide in with a double with 2 down off of Rick Porcello.
Looks like kind of surprised him a little bit out there, didn't it, Dave? I thought that Benintendi may have had a shot at that, but right at the bottom of the wall, and the 2-out double to get a man and score. See, you don't forget. You just keep doing it,
You slide right in, man. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's like no rust with you.
How you doing? That's the big question.
It's been interesting.
It has been. It's been. I apologize to you
because
no.
Don't even
I get sick, and you got
kidding me?
People everywhere, and it takes a professional to be able to handle that.
It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure, and I'm like you. I love being here. I love sitting here broadcasting Red Sox baseball. It's what I live for too. I expected to have you here every day and every night, and that's certainly my expectation. Moving forward for next year. But X done a great job, and Salty's doing terrific. We've had Johnny Gomes, we've had Boggsy, and we've had a lot of different guys. Mike Timlin has done it, and I think there's going to be more until you come back. So just get well and come back.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Frazier with a runner at second base as we chat with the Rem Dog here. And I think you can admit to this. I mean, you're nervous about the next step.
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody would be.
Something I haven't gone through yet. I must say, comfort is there from the doctors. You talk to them. I've talked to John Farrow on a number of occasions. I've talked to a lot of people who have had it, and I feel much better about it going into it than I did, say, a year ago. I got a pretty good idea what to expect. It's different for all people. But you look, the time is here. It's let's go. Let's get this done. Let's get it over with, and let's get it out of my system, because I have absolutely had enough of this over the last 8 years.
And you were saying that weeks and weeks ago, before anybody knew what was about to come. You wanted to attack it. You wanted to fight it. You wanted to beat it. Which is your personality.
Right. That's. I mean, me. I got to go after things. I can't. I just can't sit back. And in this case, you have no choice. It's the other choice is not very good. So we're going to go after it.
1-2 on Frazier. Porcello trying to get out of this second inning without a run, and he just missed there.
He got squeezed. Got squeezed a little bit right there, didn't he?
We had a couple of interesting ones last night with Chris Sale.
Let's take a look at this. Ooh, strike 3. See you later. Porcello had 2 steps to the dugout.
Yeah, he did. Runner at second base, Headley. Porcello looking for that second K in the book, but off the plate there. He's had a tough time with the Yankees, despite pitching pretty well and in times really well against them. He's 0-3 this season against New York. He tossed 6 innings or more in all 3 starts against the Yankees. You see a very respectable 3.36 ERA lifetime against them, but a 7-8 record. So he's been unlucky in the past against New York. And the 3-2, he walks him, and that'll put Frazier on in front of Tyler Austin, who hit that absolute bomb here last night. So you're planning for the wedding, for your daughter's wedding coming up, along with battling cancer. So the highs and the lows for you this season have been, this year, have been unlike anything.
Yeah, it's been tough. You know, I got to tell you, one thing that really did pick me up is when I found out they were going to have this day for me, because it gave me something positive to look forward to. And you know, even though I'm going in on Tuesday, I've been really focused on the positive, and it's kind of helped me in preparing for what I'm about to face. And you know, the reception today was so nice. I mean, the people, they're incredible. They really are incredible. You know, the way they respond, and it just makes me feel good that something I've done in the last 30 years has made them happy.
It was a marvelous reception, and they were laughing along with you, which you know, I think is because that's what people do in their living rooms when they're listening to you.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, look, the whole thing about this game is you know, try to teach people something and also have a little fun. You know, and it was nice. I got to watch too. Yeah, I got to watch.
I didn't realize the watch was coming.
There's the point to the wife of the TV.
And the glove. Who's going to make an error with that?
I could. Without question.
2-0 cut out and missed by Austin. And you've got this beautiful Waterford crystal vase.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself, you know, you could cool a nice bottle of Pinot and stick it in there. And
that might happen tonight.
Just maybe a shot. It's going to happen tonight.
You never know.
2 down and 2 on as we chat with the Rem Dog. A 2-1 pitch and fouled back out of play. A beautiful, beautiful day for you. And Red Sox Yankees, just a perfect setting, as you mentioned when you came out. But it was also great. I thought I mentioned this before you came on, how you talked about all the guys you worked with, and you talked about all the people who never get a chance to be on television, who have meant so much to you in your career. And I think people have to understand that every day you walk into the booth, it's like that. I mean, they love seeing you coming in there for strike 3. We'll have more with Jerry when we come back here at Fenway Park as Porcello gets out of the jam.
Hey Siri, take a selfie. Hope it don't cause an eclipse.
Getting top-tier gas for less at Arco means we can live it up more. Next stop, Fun Zone. First one to 100 tickets wins. Ready, set, go! Giant golf! Ah! Beep, beep! Ooh, I'm coming for you, Mr. Bear. It's the fun that counts, not winning. But I won. I won everything.
Go with value. Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Beep, beep!
So busy in here.
Yeah, those are my exo searchers. They're searching hundreds of exercises so I can find the one that's right for me.
Oh, kind of like how Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites so you can find the flight that's right for you.
Yeah, exactly like how Kayak does that. Okay, thank you.
Compare hundreds of travel sites at once. Kayak. Search one and done.
RPG gods on a quest for glory love the show because the journey to the top of the mountain is 100% fire demon free. Pave your path in Road to the Show. Everybody loves the show.
By Coors Banquet. 39 years ago today, Jerry Remy hit his 7th and final home run of his career off Oakland. It was a 3-run blast, and it was the difference in a 4-2 win. Dennis Eckersley earned his 14th win with a complete game performance. So there's some symmetry in that.
That's memorable, isn't it? 7 career home runs.
3-run bomb there.
I'll tell you a funny story about that home run. It's a true story, too. Matt Keogh was the pitcher, and he threw me a spitball.
Devers with a high sailing fly. Hicks still backing up. Looking into the sun, makes a last-second adjustment. That had some carry on it for out number 1.
Yeah, and Matt Keogh threw me a spitball, and I missed it. I swung and missed for strike 3, and I had to miss it by this much. And Durwood Merrill was the umpire behind the plate, and he goes, foul ball. I'm already walking back to the dugout. So I can't believe this, you know. So in those days, they didn't have replay or all that stuff. So went back up to the plate. 6 career home runs. What do? I hit number 7. I mean, Keogh, I thought he lost it. You know, first of all, because he didn't get the strikeout, and then he's given up a home run to me. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Did you say he threw a spitball?
In those days, there were a number of pitchers that threw spitballs. Yes.
And you knew when the bottom fell out on it that was being manipulated somehow.
It was not a split-legged fastball. That's for sure.
Xander Bogaerts 277 with 7 home runs as we chat with Jerry Remy back here at Fenway Park for the day. Has his family here as well. Lovely tribute to your wife Phoebe, and also to the doctors, the nurses, and all the folks who've been taking care of you. And I know they're here today as well.
Yeah, they are.
Watching.
They're all here. I felt like, you know, I wanted them on the field. That was the first, my only request really, is that I wanted my doctors on the field. And, you know, before I went to break, you were talking about the people working behind the scenes that people don't get to see, the people that work so hard in the truck and put in long hours, as we know, and make our job fairly easy to do. The great camera people we have here, the great audio people we have here. I think we've got the best broadcast in the major leagues, and I think they're responsible for a lot of that. So, you know, people don't get to see them, but they should appreciate them because, and they're all great people. I mean, you know, you come to work every day, and it's always fun. It's always fun to come here, and you know, it's just, is that Joe Stafford? Yeah, Joe Stafford. I mean, you know, how you doing, Joe? All right. But you know, they're terrific people, and they work so hard. People don't realize what they do, and you know, it's you know, they just see the pictures on TV, but don't realize what goes into it. So, you know, my feeling was, you know, hey, these people are important. Let's give them some love.
Very classy gesture. Certainly thought that was very deeply touching. You had a lot of us, you know, on the edge of tears. Seeing you back here today. The 3-2 to Xander. And a little pop up toward right field. Racing out to Reyes into right. He won't get there. Down for a base hit. Red Sox have their second knock today against Sonny Gray.
Now Xander will take him any way he can get him right now, right? He's been struggling.
Yep.
Take a little bloop out there to right field, and you're happy right now. That 1-for-1 looks pretty good. So, hey, maybe the Red Sox get something going here with a couple outs, or 1 out in the inning.
You know, we haven't had enough of in the booth. Not nearly enough in your absence. Not enough Beatles. You know, Chris, our audio guy, would always play your Beatles for you before we did the Open every day.
It was kind of a theme today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was great. It was terrific.
Get back at the end.
Yeah.
They were rolling as you were walking off the field. That was a great touch.
Yeah, it was really nice. Everything was really, it's the way the club's playing, obviously, and there's nothing better than covering a first-place ball club, as you know. The interest is high. You know, it's fun to come to the park and do your job every day when the club's playing well. And, you know, I miss that. I miss, you know, occasionally I'll try to call what might happen in a game, a hit and run or a squeeze play or a steal or a double steal. And, you know, sometimes you hit those and it makes you feel good. It's almost like you just got a base hit, you know. So those things I miss, and I miss everything, you know, getting on the plane with the team after a game and being able to travel around and you know, do road games. It's you're more like a family unit when you're on the road than at home, you know. So there's a lot of things I miss, but you know, truly and honestly, my focus really has been on my health, and that's where it's going to remain. And you know, I wish the Red Sox the best, and as I said, I hope.
Line left center closing on it. Hicks, he dives. Oh, he made the play. Outstanding catch by Hicks. came on a little bit awkwardly. Wasn't sure if he was going to leave his feet or not, but he dove to make the play.
Yeah, ball was sinking very quickly on him, and you know, I think that he was quite surprised that he had to go into the dive like that. I feel like he was going to make that play standing up, and that ball just was sinking away off the bat of the left-hander Moreland, and that's what happens off the bat of a lefty. The ball will tail away from that center fielder, so he made a great play.
Yeah, we're trying to convince people that this job is not that easy. Okay, so just, you know, you're right back in it like nothing happened.
Salty was asking me. I said, just do a lot of like ooh and ah, and you know, that's all you got to do, Salty. That's really it. You know, like that was a big ooh, you know, or shucks. You know, he could have dropped one of those on him, but Salty will do just fine. He's got a great knowledge of the game.
He's off to a good start today. Sandy Leon at 233 with 6 home runs, batting with Bogarts on. No score in the second inning. You got a suite today, huh?
Got a couple of them. One for family and friends, and one for the doctors. So that was awfully nice of the Red Sox and Nesson to provide that to me. And I'm anxious to get down and spend a little time with some friends, some that I haven't seen in quite some time. So it's going to be nice.
Do you get nervous at all when you do an event like that on the field?
I do.